One of the things I want to focus on in this video, again, my name is Amy Regenstreif, and I have legacy in mind. I've been a stage 4 cancer patient for, over 10 years. I first got diagnosed in 2001 with a very rare cancer called retroperitoneal leiomyosarcoma. I say this every video. I've had over 20 surgeries, having a surgery next week, and probably going to do a little bit of chemo. So my whole goal is not really that you just survive in cancer, it's that you thrive in cancer. There's a lot of work to do when you get diagnosed with a disease like this or so many other different kinds. So today I want to focus on really a short lesson on paperwork. What happens when you first get diagnosed with cancer, paperwork-wise? Let's put the emotions aside and focus on number one. Do you understand your medical insurance? Whether you have the Affordable Care, whether you have a PPO, HMO, whatever your insurance is, do you understand it? If you don't understand it, you need to go either back to your agent or back to someone that can read through your policy so you understand what doctors you can go to, what doctors you can't go to, so you don't get any surprise bills. When I was first diagnosed in 2001, I did not understand my health insurance. And I was told by the cancer center that I was better off going to this very specific place to get a scan. And I went there, and what came back was a $10,000 medical bill because my insurance did not cover that particular place. So I really want you to understand that you need to be insured by not only your doctors, but the hospital, the cancer center that you're at, wherever you go for any kind of treatment. If you're going for any kind of, which is new these days, genetic testing on your cancer, if you're doing any genetic testing, anywhere you go, you have to make sure and double check that they do accept your insurance so you don't get any surprise bills. The crazy part today with the, if you're on Affordable Care Act or anything similar to that, is that if you have a rare disease like I do, you have to be extra careful because you think that you might be insured, but maybe there is no sarcoma specialist at that particular place. So let's say you belong to, I can't even use an example, I guess I could get sued, but let's say you go to a institution and you think that there is a sarcoma specialist there, and they may fool you and say, I am the sarcoma specialist for this particular cancer center, but in reality, that person is not a sarcoma specialist. So you have to go to a different place for treatment. So you have to understand all these different things in your insurance. Also, you have to double check your drug plan. I have a lot of issues with medical insurance, but you really have to go over your drug plan and make sure that, if you're going to try for any kind of pills or even a certain amount of chemo in the hospital, does your insurance company accept it and within your drug plan? My heart goes out to people. I have a sarcoma, but I know several, for example, breast cancer patients that need a drug called Herceptin, and no insurance company accepts it. And people have lost their homes over this. They're literally spending, between $30,000 and $70,000 a year to get this one drug that they need to stay alive, and that money comes out of their own pocket. So you have to understand your insurance. If you don't, you got to go to somebody who does, whether it's a patient advocate, a friend, a family member. But that's the first piece of paperwork that you really need to understand. I guess the next paperwork is, and it's not like you're going anywhere anytime soon, but I want you to be aware that you need to have all your other financial paperwork in order. A medical directive, is it detailed enough for, God forbid, something happens to you? Consider your family. You have to do this for your family. I live in California. In California, it's a living trust. Is your living trust in order? Very, very important to have everything that you want taken care of done. Do you have life insurance? If you do, check and make sure the beneficiaries are written properly. So you need to do a paperwork check. And the very worst thing that people do is most people will leave their paperwork in their safe deposit box in the bank. Big mistake. You can leave the originals there, but make sure you have a file at home and that it's accessible to a loved one or somebody that you trust. So if something happens to you, that paperwork is accessible. Because to look for a key for a box that nobody can find when you need all that paperwork is horrendous. So those are pretty much the first important things regarding your paperwork. Thank you. If you need to contact me, it's amyreg@aol.com or find me on Facebook for today. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Come back for the next video. Talk to you later.